proper, right? Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone. So let us sing Jai Radha Madhav and we'll start. Today the hall is very crowded with 500 people. No place to sit, no place to breathe. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपादं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। So welcome everyone. So even when it's a long weekend, I'm very happy that 200 devotees are present today for the session. I'm just worried that we have ordered prasadam for 100 devotees. What other devotees want to eat? Actually, Krishna consciousness, bhakti is all about commitment. So I'm very, very pleased with those who literally sacrifice their various other commitments and they come here just to hear my word Krishna and Krishna's teachings. And for such people, it's my personal observation and experience as well that there's a special mercy that flows in their life. Now, Krishna is made to think twice that how come this devotee is doing so much. And he showers his mercy. And such devotees have seen huge progress in devotion. Thank you all very much for being here. Today's topic is very nice, very interesting. It's from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, Divine and Us, Divine and Demoniac. We dedicate this presentation to A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who helped us to understand what qualities we have, divine or demoniac. And especially this particular session will help us to understand various demonic qualities, divine persons, etc. So chapter number 16 is titled as Divine and Demoniac. And there, what Krishna is doing is, in the first three verses, shloka number, first three verses, 1 to 3, if I'm not wrong. So there, Krishna is actually giving various divine qualities. And after that, most of the chapter, Krishna is dedicating it to help us understand the demonic qualities. So today we'll try to see some of the divine qualities. And let's become greedy by hearing that when will I get those divine qualities? So that's the activity for today. Now there are different kinds of persons. And we can see in the age of Kali Yuga, it's very clear that those who do word jugglery, play with the words, they are the ones who are very, very scholarly. They are divine. When this question is asked, what is God? Who is God? Some jugglery. God is love. God is this. God is that. And people like such answers. If you say God is Krishna, people cannot digest. Why only Krishna? Why not this? Why not that? But when you give some stupid answer, then people are very happy. Oh, very nice. I was also thinking like this because I am also stupid. So it's very important to note that in the age of Kali, the age in which all of us are, so people are least bothered about values and principles. People are just interested in earning. People are just interested in name, fame, prestige. That's it. Ekdam gross, ekdam superficial life. I sometimes think, what if Satyuga people come now and see how we are living? They will commit suicide immediately. ऐसे भी कोई life जी सकता है? Literally, they'll think of that. And now you see the motivational speakers and all of them, they have helped us to develop more and more qualities which are more demonic. Why so? Let me answer, or else you will say, Prabhuji, you're too much. See, normally what people say, you have that potential, give your 100%, you will get it, do this, do that. Have you seen that? So if you can do everything, then what is the role of Lord in that? Common sense, no? Everyone is, see, it's a common sense, somehow which is uncommon. Now everyone in the corporate, you see, wherever you people are working, people will be working hard like anything. But still some people grow on the corporate ladder, they learn more, some people remain there only, they struggle so much. They are also working hard, the other person is also working hard. Why is it that only few people get the results? So there is something beyond our hard work also, right? It's common sense, but still, people get swayed by saying, yes, I can do it, yes, I am the person, etc., etc. So when all these things are kept on the top, in front, when these are shown as carrot, so what happens is, our dependence on the Lord goes down, first. Second, we become more and more demoniac, thinking, I can do it myself. That's what Ravan did, that's what Hiranyakashipu did. I will do it myself, I will do it myself. They knew Shastra very nicely. But then, what to do? They had a different mood altogether. So we have to follow dharma. This is the point that I'm trying to make. It is said, dharma rakshita rakshitaha. So when someone follows dharma, what happens is dharma protects that person. This is a very, very important point to note. People sometimes ask me this question that, Prabhuji, now it's Kali Yuga. Abhi dharma वगैरह कौन करता है? People are not interested to follow dharma. People are just interested to get immediately results. They are doing something immediately, they want something. What's in it for me? This is the question. So now if we follow dharma, we'll get exploited, oh, will this happen, that happen, whatever it is. But Shastric statement cannot go wrong. Dharma will protect us if we are dharmic. This is a point that we have to note. So here in this chapter, Krishna is helping us to understand in these few verses the divine qualities or the dharmic qualities. We'll chant the shloka. Please repeat after me. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi Danam damascha yagyascha Swadhyayastapa arjavam Ahimsa satyam akrodhas Tyagah shantir apaishunam Daya bhuteshvalo lupvam Madhavam vrira chapalam Tejah shamadriti shaucham Atro nati manita Bhavanti sampadam daivi Abhijatasya bharata Mataji, someone read the translation.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, sloka
1, 2, 3. Yes. So these are some of the divine qualities which Krishna has told us here in this particular chapter, in the first few verses. So obviously we don't have time to discuss all of it. It will easily need a few days to discuss. So we'll pick up few and we'll try to focus on these. These are 7 qualities now which we'll try to discuss. And this will help us in our own lives. So let's try to focus on this and try to understand that are these qualities present in us or not? If not, then how to imbibe the same. The first one, study of the Vedas. So it's, as it is written here, it's very important, very, very important to understand the user manual. See, all of us, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that we all are yantra, we all are machines. I mean, this body is a machine. Yantra Rudhani Maya, 1861 Bhagavad Gita. Means this body is like a machine. So whichever machine is there, whichever gadget is there, comes with a manual. So if Krishna has given us this machine, he is the manufacturer. He has given us the manual also. So currently, why people are not satisfied, why people are not happy, why there is so much of hollowness, why people are not able to live that life of peace and satisfaction, because the user manual is not followed. Simple. We are operating this machine the way we want. जब मन किया तभी सो लिया, जितना खाना है खा लिया, जो खाना है खा लिया. So there is no rules and regulations or the directions which are given in manual, those are followed. We are just living our life the way we want. And people say also very proudly, it's my life. I live the way I want. All the best. All the best. So it's a very important point to note that user manual has to be understood. So there are 2 ways to understand the user manual. One is attending some satsang programs regularly. This is very easy. Only thing that we have to do is sit and be awake. That's it. Hearing, automatically it will happen. Sit and be awake. And second is reading scriptures regularly. That we have to do on our own, at our respective homes. So what is the basic spiritual knowledge? Prabhupada, a genius, he's a genius. In a very, very short paragraph, Prabhupada gives the entire philosophy of Krishna consciousness. If I'm not wrong, this comes in the preface. Yes, it is written preface. So these are the different points, the 4 points. First, everyone should know how God is great. People say God is great, but then we should know how great He is first. Basically, it says one should know God. Second, everyone should know the factual position of living entity. We should know who we are. We should know who is God. We should know who we are. Third, we are meant to serve God. This is our relationship. We should know what is our relationship with God, with Krishna. And fourth is if we don't serve God, then what will happen? In this world, we have to serve someone. If we don't serve Krishna, we have to serve someone, and that is Maya or illusion. It's a very nice thing which I read in Prabhupada Lilamrit, Prabhupada's pastimes. Some disciple comes and he says that Prabhupada, sometimes I'm falling in Maya, please help me. And Prabhupada looks at him and he says, man, it's not that sometimes you fall in Maya. He says that sometimes you fall in Krishna, most of the time you're in Maya. That is what is our position as of now. Natural, it's very natural, very, very natural. So divine basically means people who adhere to the quality or to the Shastra. They live their life accordance to the Vedic scriptures. And what is demoniac? Demoniac means going against it, or not even endeavoring to understand what is given in the Vedic scriptures. This will find it very often now, very frequently we'll meet such people in this world, especially now in this age of Kali, in this century, especially now. People feel proud that they're becoming demoniac day by day. Oh, this is Shastra, what is that? Who wrote it? If you tell Vyasdev, who saw? Baba, itna questions puchenge to kaisa? How will you progress in the path of bhakti? Somewhere we have to start, right? Somewhere we have to start our spiritual life. But then somehow or the other, what happens is people have such complicated mindset now that in the corporate, they say, no, think out of box, think out of box. Here also think out of box only. And that box is Shastra, this think out of scriptures. That is the problem. Now here, divine basically means in accordance to Vedic scriptures, and demoniac, maybe we can take the child out. Yes. Some air, it will be good. Yes. And when it comes to demoniac, it means against the Vedic scriptures. Anyone who lives the life against the Vedic scripture, that is demoniac. We'll see the second one. By the way, this is a quality. To study the Vedic scriptures is also a quality. It's a divine quality. Performance of sacrifice. So all of us know, we have been reciting the shloka. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnu. Please repeat. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnu. Pretaya mejato makhai. Dvapare paricharyaya. Kalau tadhari kirtana. So in the different yugas, Krishna has given us different ways to reach him, to attain him. In Satyuga, it was meditation. Tretava, it was yajna. Dwapar Yuga? Who said that? Temple worship, yes. And in Kali Yuga, it is chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So in the age of Kali, it is easy. That is chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So it's an important point to note that performance of sacrifice, when we say, so yajna not only means doing ahuti, giving ahuti and saying swaha, but it also means, or basically the definition of yajna is this, that any activity that we perform for the satisfaction of Krishna. Please note this. Any activity that we perform for the satisfaction of Krishna is called as yajna. This process of yajna is very, very important. When the yajnas are done, as it is written here, when the yajnas are done, there will be proper rains. Previously, rains were very, very important. Now also it is. But then we are so covered and so much in illusion, we don't understand the importance of it. Before, people would ask this question, when the two villages would meet, so how are rains in your village? But now you see, because of the industrialization, modernization, etc., we are least bothered. In fact, when it rains, we feel disgusted. Why is it raining? It's exactly demonic quality this is. Why is it raining? So the point is that before, the life was such that people were dependent on the Lord for various things. Now also we should be dependent. Without that it will not work. But then we have covered ourselves in various ways. We cannot depend on the Lord because of that covering, because of that illusion. So how does this work? It means when we do yajna, rains will happen. Yes, it happens. So in Tirupati, this was there. When there was a lot of that area, there was a lot of drought. I don't remember the year. And one of our ISKCON sannyasi, he told that he will do kirtan with the entire team of devotees. and it will rain. And he did that, and it rained. And the TTD was so happy that they gave a land to ISKCON. So today we have ISKCON temple, huge ISKCON temple. We call it as the Lotus Temple. We have Radha, Govinda, and Ashtasakhi. So there are 8 Sakhis and Radha and Krishna in between. So 10 personalities on the altar. Huge. So they were so happy and they gave that land. Like that, it happened in foreign countries also. So how does this work? Some people might say, "Nahi, ye to coincidence hoga." No, it's not coincidence. It's Shastric. It's Vedic. Now, what happens? Like for example, when we click a button here on the phone or write a check and basically pay our electricity bill, electricity is on. If you don't, same thing. You don't put the ink on the check or you don't click some buttons on your mobile to pay the bill, it will be disconnected, right? So this is the government or this is the administration now in the age of Kali. Now just imagine how the universal government will be, right? How the Lord's government will be, Lord's administration will be. So it works perfectly. So sacrifice is something which will keep us happy. And in the age of Kali, there is no need to do big sacrifices. Only thing that we have to do is every single individual should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Everyone. If we are planning to live a happy life before leaving this body. And after leaving this body, if we are planning to go back, home back to God into the spiritual world. If people are not, some people say, "No, I'm not interested to go to spiritual world." Okay, no problem, be here. No problem. Because to understand that there is a spiritual world and to understand that this is the process, we need a lot of spiritual credits. Before now, I would literally debate with people, "No, spiritual world exists," and then I'll give them logical reasoning and all that. Now, I've understood it doesn't work. It's all based on the spiritual credit that the person has, and based on that, his consciousness will go higher. And on that higher consciousness, he can realize various spiritual aspects of life. So this is the second quality. A person who is divine will do sacrifices, perform sacrifices, basically the activity to give pleasure to Krishna. Let's see the third one. The third one is truth. So in the age of Kali, only one thing that is remaining, one leg of dharma that is remaining is truth. What are the other 3? Mercy. Mercy. Yes. And austerity and cleanliness. I mean, nahi karte to yaad kaise? So when it comes to these 3, austerity, mercy, and cleanliness is lost in the age of Kali. Austerity is about mushkil hai. People do their own austerity, like working in office. Such a great austerity. Sometimes it's so difficult to understand also what rasa people get. From morning 9 till night 12, they are there. But then people do that's an austerity. Yes. But those austerities are not Shastri. So people don't do austerities now. Cleanliness, it depends. It depends on people. But naturally it is seen that to be clean is something very difficult in the age of Kali. Obviously, if people are civilized and they understand the importance of it, hygiene, etc., then it's okay. One lady had come and then she was telling that, "Prabhuji, I want to give up eating outside food." I said, "Yeah, that's good. Give up. It's so unhygienic and all that." Then I was giving her example. See, when you go to Pani Puri stall, please forgive me if you eat outside. I'm going to describe this. When you go to a Pani Puri stall, you're ekdam thela laga raste ke baaju mein, on the footpath, and then the one who makes Pani Puri, full hand goes in that, yes, and then he removes whatever liquid is there. We don't know what liquid that is, but he removes and then he puts it and he gives it to us, yes. So I was telling, "Hey, we don't know if he's taken bath also not. What is he thinking?" And his full hand is going inside. So Mataji, it's not good. She's like, "Prabhuji, isi mein to taste aata hai." मैं हार गया. I said, I give up. You continue eating. So cleanliness is something in the age of Kali which is difficult. At least you married people, there is some scope of cleanliness. In the bachelor state, it's so horrible. Taking bath also, we have to tell people you should take bath at least once in a day. Literally, you have to tell. Stop using deodorants and take bath first. Using soap, cleanse your body. So in the age of Kali, cleanliness is also difficult. Yes. And mercy, though, where is mercy? No, anything that is crawling, flying, walking, people cut and eat. Where is the question of mercy? So in this way, in the age of Kali, what remains finally is truthfulness. Have you noticed if someone lies, we go crazy. But if someone is not doing austerity, if someone is not clean, someone is not merciful, we are okay. Right? The person is not penalized for austerity if he's not doing austerity, he's not clean. But if he is a liar, he will be, a strict action will be taken against him, especially in whatever legal setup that is. So what remains now in the age of Kali is truthfulness, and we have to understand how to tell the truth. It's very important to be truthful. And at the same time, we should understand how the truth should be spoken. And look at Bhagavad Gita, how practical Bhagavad Gita is. It tells us how to speak the truth. Very nice shloka. Please repeat. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chaya swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. Prabhuji's translation.
Pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also integrity, recipe, Vedic literature.
So there are 4 important qualities when we speak. This is only for those who literally want to imbibe divine qualities. It's only for them. The ones who are happy the way they're living, all the best. So this is for the Gita course students basically. Truthful. Our speech should be truthful. Second, pleasing. So truthful can be pleasing and displeasing, but here Krishna is saying pleasing. Third, beneficial. And fourth, agitating, not agitating to others. Now what happens is, truth is used as a weapon sometimes to take revenge. Abhi main isko sikhaun. I will teach you a great lesson. So speaking the truth is not a problem. Speaking the truth in the right context is good. But speaking the truth in a wrong context or in a wrong place is not good. So it's a very important point that we all have to note. Right? See, the attitude is that I'm not telling this truth to put someone in danger. It's a very, very important point, even for the devotees who are practicing from good number of years. We should ask this question: when I'm truthful, what is my attitude? What is my intention? Am I intending to put this person in danger to take revenge? Or why am I speaking? So it's a very important thing. Always, we should have this question. Today morning, I was in ISKCON Kyarapuram. So there I was giving class. So the context was Vidura came back to Hastinapur. So Vidura was out during the entire Yuddha, and then he went to different places and pilgrims, and then he had a discussion with Maitreya, and then he comes back. Now, Vidura saw in Dwarka that a great devastation had happened, where people had killed each other and all that. So now, when he came to Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking, how are Dwarka Vasis? What's happening there? But Vidura didn't reveal that. He kept quiet. There, a shloka comes where Shukadeva Goswami is saying that the bad news anyways will come. So why to agitate people with our mouth, speaking bad news from our mouth? Why to agitate people like that? So this is something which the shloka comes there, that not to agitate others by giving some unpleasant news. So it's a very important point to note that the truth, when we speak, we have to take care of these parameters into picture. Now during Q&A, don't ask me how to manage this in corporate. It's valid. At least do that first in the family. Do that first in the devotee association. Then we'll see later what to do outside. Yes. Let's go to the next quality. So please self-introspect when we are discussing all this. I'm just giving information, but then you are the one who can self-introspect and understand where you stand. Freedom from anger. Now this is something I think which is very, very practical, which everyone knows. How many of you have never become angry till date? Obviously, me. I was a short-tempered person, so I cannot say that I never became angry. So freedom from anger is something is very, very important, and we need to understand the reason for it. Now, what happens is when we become angry, it pollutes our entire consciousness. I remember a nice pastime of Santa Ekanath. So Ekanath is from Maharashtra, a very, very renowned saint. Now, Santa Ekanath would go to Godavari to take a bath every day. So one day, and there was a Muslim, who was always, would torture that person. So what happened is, Sant Eknath that day he was going to take bath, and then he took bath and he came out. And then this person was standing outside a row. He spat on him. Thuka usne unke upar. And Sant Eknath he went again, and then he took bath. Again he came. Again he spat on him. He went. Again came back. Again he spat on him. Like this, it is said that it happened for 99 times. मजा आएगा ना 99 टाइम्स बात स्नान करने में एकदम बार-बार जाओ स्नान करके आप. But he did that. But then finally this person got tired spitting. This person got tired spitting, and he surrendered and he said that why are you not speaking anything? Why are you not scolding? Why are you not getting angry? You know what Sant Eknath said? He said that when you're spitting on me, my body is getting contaminated, which I can wash. And by your activity, I got the fortune today to take bath in the holy river Godavari 99 times. But then if I get angry, then my consciousness will get polluted. And to cleanse that, it will take weeks together. So I took this call of taking bath rather than becoming angry on me. How's that? This is a divine quality. Yes. Actually, our current state is we are always agitated, always consciousness polluted. So we don't understand what it means by consciousness become polluted. But with time, when we advance on the path of bhakti, we will realize that how our consciousness remains pure, first. Second, we will not get negative thoughts. Third, on that consciousness level, we'll remain stable and peaceful and will be able to remember Krishna all the time. Or most of the time, if not all the time. So at that platform, when we get agitated, when our consciousness gets polluted, we will easily get to know that. Now say a river is flowing and you throw a stone in that. Hardly any difference it will be because waves are there and then it's all agitated. But then you go to a pond and it's all calm and then you throw a stone in that. It will get agitated. So when we grow in bhakti, when we advance on this path of bhakti, what happens is we come to that platform where our consciousness is at a higher level, where we are stable, peaceful, and satisfied. We are able to remember the Lord. On that platform, when this happens, when we become angry, we get agitated. Otherwise, it feels very nice for some people. The age of Kali, even people who become angry, they are very happy. I did this. Usko aise hi hona chahiye, aise hi sabak sikhana chahiye. But a sadhu, a devotee, will always think, I shouldn't have done this. I don't know what happened. I don't know what he will get, but surely I got affected today. I'm not able to chant properly. I'm not able to think of the Lord properly. How many of you have experienced this? Jai. Thank you. Yes, this happens. And another thing, which happens, which I would like to display here. So when we are angry, we should understand it's a product of passion and lust. I need not explain this. It spoils relationships. We become angry, we might think that I'll patch up later, but always the relationship is like a thread. Yes, anger breaks that thread. You going and patching up is like tying a knot there. That knot will always remain. It will not become that thread again, for sure. So this is a problem which is there. And then, yes, practically science has proved that when we become angry, a lot of brain cells gets damaged. You touch the head at that time, it will be really heavy and it will be hot. Try doing that. We are so agitated at that time. We are so agitated at that time. Right? But still, as devotees, we should do all these things and see. Very, very important. It is said in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is describing this very clearly, and we have discussed this elaborately in second chapter, shloka number 62 and 63. Dhyayat, okay, repeat. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha Sankasteshu upajayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Kamat krodho vijayate. So when we are attached to something, when you're meditating on something, we become attached to it, we get intense desire to get it. And when we don't get that desire fulfilled, what happens? We become angry. Now the next shloka says, what happens when we become angry? Bhagavad Gita is a very, very practical book. The ones who have not read it, they are the most unfortunate people on this planet. Most unfortunate. Because the treasure that we have in Bhagavad Gita is so great. If we start reading it, so we have read it multiple times, we have done some course on that. But still now, again, when we are reading it, there are so many gems which keep coming out. And we'll be so grateful to Krishna. How in these 700 verses you have given everything that is needed for life. Everything. But then it's very important to invest time. It's not just reading it like a novel and then, "Arey, kuch nahi hai isme, chup go yaar." It doesn't work like that. Two things are needed when we practice, when we read Bhagavad Gita. One, we read it very nicely under the guidance of a devotee. Second, we chant the holy names of the Lord. Means sadhana process is, we should be chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, fixed number of rounds. And along with that, we can, not simultaneously, after finishing our rounds, then we can read Bhagavad Gita. We will see how nice realizations will come. Krishna will give the realizations. So, the second shloka, it says, please repeat. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhramaha. Smriti bhramshat buddhinasho. Buddhinashat pranashyati. So when we become angry, krodhat bhavati sammoha will become illusion. I'm sure all of you have noticed this. You don't understand only what's happening around. Sammohat smriti vibhramaha. There will be a memory loss. Smriti bhramshat buddhinasho. Now we will lose all the intelligence. Buddhinashat pranashyati, and we'll be ready to do anything at that time. I've given these examples many times. I don't know if this Gita course if I gave or not. One lady, she was so angry, with her husband. Some fight happened and the baby was in the cradle and the baby was crying and she's putting the clothes for drying and she's squeezing the clothes. So fighting with the husband and squeezing the clothes. And she was so angry that she, at one point when she was arguing with her husband, she was so angry, she took the child and threw from the 10th floor of the building. This is what Bhagavad Gita is saying. When you become angry, you become illusioned. You will not understand only what's happening. Third, memory will be lost. You'll forget that there is a relationship with this child. I've held this child in the womb for 9 months. Forgot relationship, forgotten, memory gone. And at that time, when the intelligence is lost, intelligence lost means right or wrong. What is right, what is wrong. You forget at that time. Look at this. This lady took the child and threw. And obviously the child died and she went running and she's crying and all that. Done now, child has died. So it's a very, very important point to note that we have to improve on this particular aspect of not becoming angry. See, sometimes it's okay, once in a while, just to show that we also become angry. But then if it's a daily affair, oh, you're gonna have tough time. So what can we do when we become angry? Take your bead bag, go into a room and start chanting. Simple. I do that now. It helps me a lot. Especially when you're working with people, becoming angry is something which is very natural. Very natural. Maybe just like that, become angry. But then it's also if you're really a spiritual practitioner, then it's very important that we understand that I'm a spiritual practitioner, so I should do justice to my spiritual practice that I'm doing. Right? So at that time, at least we remember this one point. Kuch nahi yaad aayega wo time pe, but still, I'm telling you, we should remember this one point. Now, that bald-headed person told me on a Sunday evening that take your bead bag, go in the room and start chanting. That will actually help. And then when you start chanting, when you finish your round, you will see that that issue was not that big. That issue was not that big. Now, you people are all much more older than me. You have more experience than me. I'm sure you might have experienced this throughout your life, various instances, where you have become angry, you have done something, and later you feel guilty that why did I do this? It was a very small thing. It happens. Another example which I remember when I was reading newspapers long time back, when IPL match started. So there was a fight between the father and the son. Son is grown-up son. Father wants to watch news and the son wants to watch IPL match. He's telling the father, I want to watch IPL match. He's like, no, I want to watch news. Simple, no? It's a simple argument. The son got so angry, he took an iron rod and he started hitting the father. He killed him. And later he realized what he has done. But this we cannot expect from people who are not practicing bhakti. I mean, that peace, reduction of anger, we cannot expect from people who are not practicing bhakti. Very difficult for them, very difficult. But once who are practicing bhakti, once who are students of Gita, we can expect from them. Because now they're aspiring for something higher. And I'm sure, how many of you feel that you're facing problem because of the anger? Hey, Chotu, you also. Eh? Arey baap. Arey, aur ek Chotu bhi hai. Yes. See? And now, especially now, no, in the current age, if we are not agitated, then we are not normal. That's how it is. Why do small kids get agitated? I always give this example. My previous year students might be knowing. The Bollywood songs or Tollywood, whichever songs you take, that was so calm. Yes. If the current generation kids they watch, they'll go crazy. I'm sure you might remember the old movies where the hero and heroine they're running very in slow motion. They're running. Yes, running, and they cross. I don't know what is that. Now, if the kids watch, they're like, "Bhag jaldi kya kar ke aaya tu?" And same dress, same costume throughout the song. Max to max, maybe 2 costumes. But now you see the songs, the advertisements, they're so very changing. It will keep changing. The clothes of the celebrities will change when they're dancing, the music changes, the setup changes, their steps will change, right? So this is called as a disturbed setup. And now we are completely tuned to the disturbed setup. And anything that we find peaceful, we are like, "Arey yaar, boring hai." You analyze for yourself, you'll understand what I'm saying. This is how we have become disturbed. But the process of devotional service is so strong that it will get us to a platform, which is a platform of stability, a platform where we'll remain undisturbed. Obviously, you need to try for yourself, whatever I'm saying. Next, now let me go to the next one. I can go on speaking on this topic. It's a very, very hot topic because people become hot when they become angry. Now you can go on speaking, but then move on to the next one. Aversion to fault finding. It's again very simple, It's like teaching to kids. Don't find faults in others. And then, to call a thief is okay. But to call an innocent person as a thief is a big problem. Now, this fault finding is something which is very normal again in the age of Kali. Now, see, the age of Kali is like a garbage bin. Okay? This entire age is like a garbage bin. Now, you go to a garbage bin and then you remove a trash from that, a garbage, something from that, and then you start jumping. I found garbage. Arey, pagle. You'll find garbage only in the garbage bin. What else you'll find? Similarly, in the age of Kali, which is the age full of faults, what else you'll find apart from fault? So what great thing are we doing finding fault? If you can find a Kohinoor Hira inside the garbage, then you are great. Similarly, if you can find a good quality in a person in the age of Kali, then you are really great. Right? So this is a very important point to note that we have to, and this is something which is valid for everyone. The ones who are attending Gita course, the ones who have spent some time in Krishna consciousness, the ones who have gone to another level of Krishna consciousness for many years, it's valid for everyone because this fault-finding tendency is something which is inherent in all of us, which doesn't go so easily. Few tips which I would like to give here, how to avoid this. Normally, how we start is, whenever anything happens, we start saying, he is wrong and I'll prove it. We don't give benefit of doubt anytime. Yes? How should we start our thought process? We should start our thought process saying that maybe he is right. Let me verify. There's a huge difference between the two. Huge difference. It's all about thought process. He is wrong and let me prove it. And second, maybe he is correct, let me verify. It's a huge difference. And you'll see that most of the time, it is just some misunderstanding, something which we have not observed properly, and then done. It's a fault finding. Immediately we start pointing to people. This is how these people are like this only. And we give a tag to them. Ah, ye log to aise hi hai. Yes. Or ye log aise hi rahenge. You know, people have got so much of confidence also. Ye log aise hi rahenge. Sudhrenge nahi ye log. So it's a very important thing. And now another very, very important point which I would like to point out here. Now Prabhupada would do this. If you're really a person with elevated consciousness, you know what we'll do like Prabhupada did. Now tell me, what good quality will be there in hippies? They were like all the time meat eaters. They'll have open sex, intoxication all the time, taking drugs, you know, LSDs and all that. And then playing just like that, wasting their life basically. No good quality we can find, you know, if we go. But Prabhupada went there, and as soon as he find a spark of a good quality, immediately, you know, Prabhupada would say, oh, that's amazing. He'll fan that spark into a fire and he'll engage that devotee in the service of the Lord. Now, once one devotee was nailing, so there was, I think they were making a cart or something, they were putting a nail in that. And Prabhupada was so happy, oh, you're doing it so nicely. And that devotee is thinking, I just did this 2-3 times. And what good thing he found. It's a good thing. Instead of taking drugs and instead of going anywhere else, you're coming and doing seva. And that's what the pure devotee is finding. And he was glorifying him. And that personality became such a big devotee, giving up all the nonsense. So normally, all of us who are students of Gita, you know, we are expected to do something big. Not big means something, you know, Jhande Gadna. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about helping people to go to the next level. Doesn't matter, material life to material life. Helping them to go to the next level instead of pulling them down and making their life miserable. The 5 types of vision upgradation that is there. So now please analyze for yourself which category you belong to. The first and the lowest one is this. Always think bad and always speak bad. Lowest. Uske upar, thoda upar. Think both good and bad, but always speak bad. Above that, the third one. Think good and bad and speak good and bad about the person. Uske upar. Think good and bad, but speak good. And the highest level is think good, speak good. Who all are there on this category? Think good, speak good. I am not, but I'm just asking, encouraging you. Anyway. Who are there in the last category? No, don't raise hands. Sorry. Beach wala line. Yeah? That is like something which think good and bad, speak good and bad. Jai, everyone is with me. I am also there in that category. Now see, this is called as upgradation of vision, which will happen with time in spiritual life. We have seen in our own lives. With time, now things are like, even if, because we deal with so many people and we engage so many people in services, and when we're dealing with them, obviously they'll commit some mistake. Something they will do crap. But then with time, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, the holy name, now it helps us so much that, okay, under 3 modes of material nature, mistake to karna hi hai, it's okay. A different vision will come altogether. A different vision will come altogether. So I request all of you, the journey has started. Make sure you reach the finish line. Don't give up in between. If you give up in between, you will be a half-cooked Gita student. And a half-cooked Gita student is very, very dangerous. Why? Because they will have this notion that he knows entire Bhagavad Gita. And that's a real, big disaster in someone's life. So in this way, we have to upgrade, our vision. So this is a very, very important thing. And the day we come to a platform where we just see good in others, that will be the day when we'll be very satisfied. Very, very satisfied, very happy, very blissful. And for this, we have to pray. Just imagine if Krishna starts finding fault in us. एक भी नहीं मिलेगा ना भगवान को. If he starts finding fault in us, every moment he'll find a fault. And suppose if he starts punishing us for that, our life will be miserable. Can you imagine how merciful and how patient Krishna is? See, someone outside can see our actions and they can find fault in us. But Krishna is Paramatma in our heart. He can see what, he can understand what is our thought process also. Now, how dirty we are, he can know. See, outside, when we come in devotee association like this, we are so very divine. Hamesha is. Okay, Hare Krishna. No, I was glorifying one husband. One wife was there and I was glorifying the husband. I was telling the wife, you're so fortunate, you've got such a nice, peaceful, calm husband. And she was like, Prabhu ji, कभी घर पे आके देखिए, पता चलेगा आपको. ये सब नाटक इनका ढोंग चलता है यहाँ. Yes. Just imagine, God knows everything what we think also, but He's so patient. And He just tolerates. When we understand the glory of the Lord, when we understand how patient He is, and still after understanding our dirty thought process, still after seeing our activities in seclusion where no one can see, still Krishna accepts us and still He is willing to stay in our heart as Paramatma. I cannot imagine this. I cannot imagine how great Krishna is. I cannot imagine this. Very difficult to comprehend greatness of Krishna. Very difficult. And we as devotees of Krishna, we have to somewhere get close to the Lord. Somewhere, little bit only. We cannot become the Lord. That is Mayavad. Little bit, somewhere where we can at least have a desire that when will that day come when I'll see good in others? When will that day come? At least this much, right? Again, I can go on speaking, but I'll go to the next one. Forgiveness. When it comes to us as devotees, just forgive and forget. It's a very big statement, which I'm still trying to do. Forgive and forget. Not that easy. We are those people who like to hold it with us all the time. But when we hold, our consciousness gets polluted. It's almost like holding a hot iron ball in the hand. What will happen? We are going to get burnt, not the other person. So this grudge that is there, it doesn't suit a devotee. It doesn't suit a devotee. Just forgive and forget and see that how blissful the life will be. Just forgive and forget. Just forgive and forget. If not forget, at least forgive. This is the first thing. At least forgive. If not wholeheartedly, at least externally, no, forgive. No, at least to become a big person, say, Chalo, I have forgiven you. Just say that. Just say that in front of that person. You'll see how nice we'll feel in the heart. Now, just by saying that, it feels so nice. Then just go to the next level and think, if we literally forgive him from the heart, and if we literally forget also, how great that will be. Krishna will be very, very happy with such people. Doing mistakes is very easy in this world, but forgiving is something which is very difficult. So great people are the ones who can forgive. Narrow-minded ones cannot. Very difficult. But when we practice bhakti, when we start understanding how much Krishna forgives us, then we will also think, now he is doing, let me do little. Let me forgive these people who are not doing mistake. Let me forgive. Yes. So this is called advancement in spiritual life when we are consistently practicing bhakti. Every single day chanting the Hare Krishna, which will work like that. Next one. I think this should be the last. Cleanliness. So externally we should be clean. I request all of you that please take bath at least once. Now all of you are civilized, I think you'll be taking. Yes. Take bath मतलब पानी से. वो आजकल वो paper tissue भी आने लग गया ना. I was shocked, one devotee, he said, Prabhuji, you want tissue? And then I took that. It's a wet tissue, wet wipes they call it as. And then he was wiping and then he gave me all the two. I was like, फालतू चीज है एकदम. And we think we are done. Yes. And this culture, I'm sorry, I'm speaking something gross. In toilet, using toilet paper and not water is so horrible. So horrible. In fact, when it comes to Vedic times, people would take bath after clearing the stomach. Now it's like, I don't know, what is the problem using water? Hey, toilet ganda ho jaye. Toilet ganda hi rehta hai. Ganda kya hona hai? But using this toilet paper and all is horrible. This is, when I was working, so our HR, the head of the HR, he was giving a session on cleanliness. And he was telling, I don't know why people use water nowadays in the toilet. Use toilet paper, don't dirty the toilet. और ऐसा लगता है कि चप्पल निकाली मारो उसके मुंह पे. But what to do? I was a new joinee. I cannot do anything. So, anyways, now for all of you, I'm saying, other people are not bothered. No, we should be clean, and cleanliness is what is followed in the Vedic times, not in the current day. Now, what people feel cleanliness, it's not cleanliness. You yourself will notice, right? When you take a bath, we become fresh, immediately we become fresh. कुछ नया नहीं करना पड़ता है. But we have not taken bath. Another thing, when I was in college doing my BTech, so she was a Christian teacher. She came and then she said, suppose you don't get time to take bath in the morning, no problem. Before going to sleep, take bath. Next day morning, wash your face and come. I was thinking, mad lady, what are you speaking? ऐसे कैसे मतलब you are sleeping, when you sleep, it's a dead state. We are in a dead state. There is not much difference between a dead body and a person sleeping. So when we are in a dead state, when we take bath, that ignorance that we are in, the impurity, the negativity that we are in, that is removed. And when we are taking bath, if we can chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that cleanses us both outside and inside. So it's very, very important to take bath. That's what I'm saying. And use water in toilet. So this is what I'm saying. So 3 levels of cleanliness. External cleanliness keeps the surrounding clean. And on the bodily level, keep the body clean. And internal cleanliness, keep the mind and consciousness clean. And this only the Bhakti Yogis can do because they are the ones who chant the mantra, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which cleanses us. Now, this is the next slide which talks about the demonic qualities. I need not describe this much. So the first one is Damba. Damba means a person is performing religious rituals just for getting some name and fame. Darpa here basically means arrogance, very pride, thinking that, no, I am so and so. The third one is Abhiman. Yes. Abhiman is again the desire for respect. I'm such a big person. He saw me and did greet me also once. That's Abhiman, seeking respect. Krodha, we have discussed elaborately. I'll not go for it. Parushya means harshness. When we speak, we are harsh. And Ajnana means ignorance. So these are the demonic qualities. So analyze for yourself that how much divine and demonic qualities we have. And when we start practicing bhakti, you will see when you become angry, when you become whatever, greedy or whatever, your family members who are not practicing bhakti, they will tell this. यही सिखाता है इस काम में, ऐसे गुस्सा होना सिखाता है. Sometimes people have come to me who are not practicing, and then they tell people who are practicing, मेरे सामने, प्रभु देखिए ये तो आता है, इस काम में आता है, जब वगैरह कर रहे हैं, इतना गुस्सा होता है ये. See, one thing we have to understand that when we start chanting, when we start practicing bhakti, ऐसा नहीं है ना कि we start chanting and immediately a halo comes behind us and then immediately effulgence coming from the body or connecting with the Lord. कुछ होता है ऐसा? मेरे साथ तो कभी नहीं हुआ. I don't know, some devotees first time chant करें उनको कृष्णा भी दिख जाते हैं. But sometimes I pray to Krishna. मैं 10 साल से practice कर रहा हूँ, कभी तो दिखो मेरे सामने. ये तो अभी first session में तो आप दिख गए. Yes. So see, Krishna consciousness or bhakti or spiritual practice is a gradual process. This graph you see, this graph, or maybe I'll give an example myself. So say we have 2 balls. One ball is here, one ball is here. Which ball is higher? Yes. One on your left. Yes. Now, if I say that this ball is falling down and this ball is going up, ऊपर से किसी ने फेंका ये और ये नीचे से किसी ने फेंका. Later, which ball will be higher? Yes. So now our situation is we are a ball at lower stage, and now we are going up slowly. We will go higher. And a person who is at a higher stage, I mean, some good qualities externally we are seeing, but his activities are nasty. His trajectory is going down. So it's very important to note, if someone has started practicing bhakti, we shouldn't point faults at that person, saying, "Arey, ab tak nahi seekha." Seekhega wo ek din. Only thing that is remaining is some purification here and there. That's it. So with time, purification will happen, and with purification, the person will reach that stage which all of us are expecting. Bilkul. What people expect, as soon as we hold the beats, bilkul गुस्सा नहीं होना है. एकदम मुंह पे हमेशा मुंह पे स्माइल होना ही चाहिए हमेशा, और हमेशा अच्छी अच्छी बातें बोलनी, बुरी बुरी नहीं बातें बोलनी चाहिए. All these nonsense people expect. But we as practitioners, we shouldn't get dejected when we hear all this, because we should know now I'm having a trajectory which is going upwards. I will reach that stage. Those divine qualities will manifest. So whatever divine qualities we have discussed till now, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it will manifest for sure. So with this, I would like to conclude here. Today we have a small activity which I have planned. So you all will be divided into your groups, the mentor groups that you have, and there's a discussion that will happen. So I request you that now you have to get up and make groups. One group here, one group here, and like that we need to make groups. So can we have the mentors here first? Balaji Guru, you can come here. Whoever is Balaji Guru, please sit with him here. Matais and Prabhuji's both. Who all are there? As his under him. Yes, please come here. Make a circle here. Suresh Po and Divya Mataji, you can be next here. Who all are there with Suresh Po and Divya Mataji? You all can make a group. Maybe you can shift here. Yeah, make a circle there. Yeah, in a circle there. Yeah, make a circle. Suresh Po and Divya Mataji, circle here, this side. So maintain the etiquette of male and female, yes. And make a circle. Next, who is there next? Deepak, Prashant, who? You're there? Can we get up Mataji if you don't mind? Yes. The next group here, Deepak, Prashant, Prabhu and Supriya Mataji's group here. And the old timers can join any group. And please assist the leaders there. Yes, please make a group and sit here. Next group. Deepak Raipudi Prabhu's group. Please raise your hand so that people know. Deepak Prabhu and Janavi Mataji's group. Yes, please make a group there and sit. Make a circle. Okay, next. Oh, they're not there. So Harish Prabhu and Sabrish Prabhu, whoever is under them, please make a group there in that corner. Prabhuji there. With Krishna Karnamurti Prabhu will be leading that group. Please sit there. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so the ones who are not in any group, who are the ones? All the ones who are behind? Oh, okay. Okay, please choose your group and sit. Later we will see. Here we have space. We can maybe remove this curtain a bit and we can go inside also. You can move half, we can move. And the ones who are online, I'll be your group leader. So we will discuss. Okay, done. Please choose your respective groups and please sit. Did I miss any group? Krishna Karnam, did I miss any? Oh, Krishna Karnam, sorry. Krishna Mohan Prabhu's, who all are there with Krishna Mohan Prabhu? You can make a group here, Prabhu, in between. There. Space is there, no? Okay, so this is the activity I display on the screen. Very simple. You just have 10 minutes to do this activity. We don't have much time. So analyze your life and share your understanding on this particular thing. How do we get good or bad qualities? See, now in the entire session, we saw what are good qualities, what are bad qualities, etc. Now the question is, how do we get these qualities? So analyze this and specifically mention that by doing this particular activity, this bad quality can come. Okay? So this is the activity. So you all can discuss in the group. And two points I would need from each group towards the end. You can discuss elaborately, exhaustively, make note of it. Finally, one person choose the two qualities and speak. Group leader will decide. Yes, please start. Hare Krishna. Okay, the ones who are online. The ones who are online, please post in the chat box. So the ones who are in the online, I request you that please post in the chat box that by doing which activity, what sort of qualities come, both good and bad you can post. So please post, I'll be reading it. Those are really amazing qualities that you have posted here in the chat box. I can see a lot of wonderful points, which have come up here. I'd like to read some of it. Very nice points. So satsang and chanting, that helps to get good qualities. And one person is saying, Minakshi Mataji is saying, pride and ego that leads to bad quality. Tolerance and good thinking can save the day. Yes, very nice. Reading spiritual books, yes, that gives rise to good qualities. Challenging situations, yeah, that will lead to agitation when we're not able to control. Shweta is saying that mindfulness plus self-introspection, that will lead to good quality. Yes, that's a very nice point. Negative people around us, negative thinking, that leads to a bad quality. Yes. Just by hearing the names of Lord Hari, we can start developing good qualities. Jai, Riya Mataji, that's a nice point. Blindly following others' advice. Yes, possible, that will lead to bad qualities. Desires, association, and activities. Vidala Mataji has posted a nice point. So, depends on our desire, association, activities, what sort of quality will develop. By controlling anger, we get peace. Yes, that is there. Good friends, atmosphere brings in good qualities. Yes, learning from them. Shruti Mata is a nice point. Shama is saying, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we get good qualities. Yes, whenever we read spiritual books, we get good qualities. Very true. By chanting Mahamantra, we can balance physical and mental emotions. Yes, Amrita Mata is saying this. That's true. When we chant the Mahamantra, this is very nicely known before also that we get a lot of stability and a lot of internal strength to withstand all the provocating situations. Helping the needy, yes, helping the needy, helps us to get good quality. Agree. Deity worship, yes, good quality. Always chanting and talking about the pastimes of Krishna, yes, that leads to good quality. If we see violent movies, oh, that's a nice point. Who is this? Anita Mataji is saying that if we see violent movies and sit with gossiping people, naturally we tend to pick up these bad qualities like behaving rude and finding faults and picking up faults, fights. Very nice. Chanting Mahamantra, able to control emotions and thus peace. So many of you are saying this, I'm sure. So Preet Mataji. So that's very nice. From Kurg, if I'm not wrong. Pragati Mataji is saying chanting leads to calmness. I'm very happy that most of you have realized this fact that by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that leads to a lot of good qualities. Controlling anger by chanting, yes, correct. Negative thoughts, bad company, bad environment, moving with bad people, yes, that leads to bad quality. Self-control and loyalty, yes, that helps. That helps. Chanting, hearing about Krishna, pastime, remembering of Krishna, always eating Krishna prasadam, going to temple are good activity. That will help us, yes, to get good qualities. Kapil Pro, very nice. From media, we can obtain both good and bad. Oh, that's a very nice point, Ramesh Mataji. In Instagram, we can follow ISKCON and some devotional pages which gives us divine info. Else, we can follow some pages which may help us in indulging in worldly activities. True. Listening to a spiritual master, our Guruji gives peace. Yes, listening to a bona fide authority gives peace. So Krishna Prabhu is saying good qualities, satsang, seva, chanting, meditation. Yes, yes. And bad influences is indiscriminate use of media, social media, movie, TV. Oh, that's a very nice point by Krishna Prabhu. Satvik, Krishna, and Prashanti. Surrounding situations which they have to face. Yes, surrounding, basically association. Most of you are saying this. Having right mentors in life, amazing. Soumya Mataji, that's a nice point. Having right mentors in life, that helps us to get good qualities. Very true. Eradicate the sins, not the sinner. Okay, that's a very deeper realization. Spreading awareness of Krishna consciousness. Yes, preaching. When we preach about Krishna consciousness, naturally we get good qualities. Because we're speaking about it, so we have to follow also. Oh, Yamini Mata is giving the conclusion. Anything without Krishna is bad quality. Amazing. Discouraging environment and negative thoughts and actions of people. That's the source of bad quality. Basically, association again. Negative association leads to negative qualities. Okay, the ones who are here, last 2 minutes, please wind up. Visiting temple, okay, good books, good devotees, motivate for calm and pious behavior. That's true. Our habits, activities, association, all these three play an important role. Yes, agree. Srinivas Prabhu is saying talk less and chant more. Very nice, very nice. Technology, yeah. So Shilpa Mata is making a technological point. Nice. Association by touching the soil of Vrindavan. Oh, very nice, Riya Mataji. Having spouse to attend such sessions will double save the day. Okay, Pratibha Mataji. So much of success drives person's mindset rather than skill set. Ah, okay. That is also nice. That is also nice. Watching and listening unwanted, which are not. Okay, and talking to negative people. Yeah, very true. And eating food which are not proper, like non-veg. Yes. By surrendering to Krishna. Yes, that really helps. Choose to go in a spiritual way along with guru or mentor leads to Krishna. Yeah, that's true. That will give good qualities. So I'm seeing that all of you are giving wonderful points, mostly about Krishna consciousness. When we chant, when we hear, etc., these qualities come, and when we are into social media and a lot of gossip and all that, that leads to negative quality. I agree. I agree. Thank you all. I'm very happy that all of you posted some of the other qualities here. The source of qualities, basically. Okay, so can we stop? Yes. One mentor was asking that. Deepak Prabhu and Janavi Mataji. Okay, we'll stop. So we had a meeting and the mentor was asking if we have group discussion like this, there will be so much of disturbance. We'll not be able to hear what people are speaking. But I don't think so. Okay, so I would request the group leaders that please share two points. I mean, one for good quality, one for bad quality. Means here we got a lot of wonderful sources. Basically, from which source we can get a good quality, from which source we can get a bad quality. For example, someone said here that if we chant, we get good quality. Whereas we sit and gossip with people, we get bad quality. Very simple. Like that, let me see what all things you have got. Yes.
So association with the bad people.
Okay.
Intelligence, for the good qualities, the intelligence should be raised. Like they need a knowledge of scriptures and regular reading of Bhagavad Gita to be there.
Okay, so bad association, bad quality. Yes, I'm sure all the parents might be teaching all this, and the second one is when we do spiritual practices, we get good qualities. Yes. Suresh Prabhu and Divya Mataji's group.
Qualities like following good samskaras,
Okay.
waking up early in the morning,
Waking up early in the morning.
being disciplined,
Being disciplined.
taking prasad.
Taking prasad, Krishna prasad. There's so many points. I just said one point. Okay. Now for bad quality. For bad quality.
Bad qualities association with the materialistic people.
Association of people who are too much engrossed into negative activities. So basically, you're saying no one should go to office. Thank you. We'll go to the next group. Yes, Deepak and Janavi Mataji. Eating sattvic food, Krishna prasadam. Yes, that will lead to good quality. Yes, association with people who have good qualities will get good qualities. True. Okay, studying Vedic scriptures. 3 points you said. Okay. So tell me the bad quality source. Oh, very nice. If you don't do that, then you get bad quality. Okay, very nice. This is like in the Viva students when they give Viva, engineering Vivas. Yes, they have this. Yes, that group, Krishna Karuna Murthy Prabhu and Krishna Prabhu. Yes. When there's expectation, failure. Huh? That's what you said? We get bad qualities. Yes, true. When we'll become angry, agitated. Good quality. Such words can only be used in this atmosphere. Yes. बाहर बोलिए मत, ये सब पिटवाए जाएंगे आप या फिर पीटे जाएंगे. Yes, that's true. So when through these senses, when we consume something good, obviously that will lead to good qualities, and something bad that will lead to bad qualities. And he made nice point, as most of you made, chanting, having Krishna Prasad, good association, good hearing, that helps to gain good qualities. And otherwise, you consume negative things, obviously negativity will be there, no doubt. Thank you. Yes, Deepak Prabhu and Supriya Mata is good.
Yes, so good qualities are surrendering to the Lord.
Okay, surrender. Yes.
And glorifying, right? Glorifying your subordinates or your.
That's a very nice point. If you appreciate your everyone, superiors, subordinates, even equals, that will actually give wonderful qualities.
Final glorification to the Lord.
And obviously glorifying the Lord. That is like
And bad
ultimate.
qualities like jealous, right? Or your mind is restless. You have some expectation and that doesn't come. You get attached to your results, and automatically you start.
Okay, if we get attached to the results, then all these problems will come. So with the practice of bhakti, we'll become detached with time with the results. Oh, very nice. Thank you all very much for sharing. I know you have n number of points to share. Others have listened anyways. Here there are so many. Easily some 40-50 messages are there here. Very nice. My one person said, if we get a devotee spouse, then we'll gain good qualities. You can move the camera a bit close. Okay. Thank you. Enough. So we'll do, as all of you said, even here I saw all of you, most of the ones who are practicing chanting Mahamantra every day, they're already seeing how wonderful qualities are manifesting with time. That's really amazing. So when we chant every single day, automatically wonderful qualities will manifest without your notice. And trust me, the negativity that is there, the negative qualities which are there, they will go on reducing. And I've seen and observed myself and others also that the anger reduces substantially. Many people have told this. Anger reduces substantially, when you start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this was all theory. Now let's get into practical. So let us chant one round in groups, sit in the groups only. Today you'll get a different experience altogether. Group chanting, that gives a very wonderful experience. So I request everyone sit in a proper circle and please close your eyes and let's start chanting. I hope everyone has your beats. The ones who are newcomers, I would request the volunteers, please hand over the beads to them and one to me so that I can explain how to chant. Or the group leader can explain how to chant to the newcomers. The group leaders, please explain how to chant to the newcomers. The ones online, I request please come here physically. It will be you'll have a nice time with the group. So henceforth, we'll have some group discussion and we'll be having group chanting in every session. So till the beads are getting distributed, please listen to the announcement. So next Sunday, we are traveling to Jagannath Puri. Like most of the people sitting, most of the volunteers and myself, we are traveling to Jagannath Puri. So from ISKCON Whitefield, 226 devotees are traveling to Jagannath Puri. From 23rd, we are traveling and we'll be back on 30th. We'll be back. So next Sunday, we'll not have a physical session. We're going to have an online session. So the ones who have come for the first time, I request whoever is the group leader in your group, please take their contact and get added to their group. And they will send you the group link, the Zoom link for the session next Sunday. It's going to be a very amazing session by a senior devotee. One verse of Bhagavad Gita and you'll see the depth of that verse. And we will be watching that in the train, when we are traveling. Okay, all set? Group leaders, please show how to chant on the beats. How to hold the beats and how to chant on the beats. The ones who are online, please take your beats and get ready. Okay, so let us start. So please, everyone, close your eyes. I request everyone to please close your eyes.
Not great.
So for next 10 minutes, I request all of you that let's focus on chanting. Yes, we'll focus on chanting. And this group chanting, that gives so much of difference. You'll see yourself while chanting. And when you're chanting, please make sure